mattering. But in this ball game, they came out shooting the ball very well from behind the arc. They hit their first 3 3-pointers, ended up with 6 for the half. One thing they did not do well is shoot from the free throw line. Just 2 of 9 from the free throw line or the Greater Beckley Christian Crusaders. Foul trouble also an issue. They've got 4 players with 2 fouls apiece in that first half. Mount View shot the ball poorly at the beginning from the free throw line, but they really got it going, hit their final 6 free throws, and they finished the half with a 9 for 15 effort at the foul line, and that really did help them, I think, as they started to close that gap in the second half. But just really determination, I think, on the Golden Knights play down that last 4-minute stretch. They were very smart offensively. They drove and dished nicely, and they hit shots when they needed to.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And the other thing, Greater Beckley, I don't think, wanted to get in foul trouble, and they played a little timidly on the defensive end. And now, 2 at the half, you're not in foul trouble. So now they can play more aggressively, and we'll see if that gets Greater Beckley going and gets them into their running game, which is how they like to play.
Isaiah Hairston leading all scorers for Greater Beckley Christian. He finishes the first half with 13, including a pair of 3-pointers for the big man, Isaiah Hairston. Second on the team, Elijah Edwards finishes with 8 points. He hit 2 threes as well. Sean Hoskins has 6 points, both on 3-pointers. 4 for Caden Smallwood and 2 for Thaddeus Jordan. For Mount View, leading the way, Zach McCoy. He had 9 points. He had a 3-pointer. He was 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. And 2 players with 4, Tony Bailey and Liam Fultoner for the Golden Knights, and then two apiece at 3 with Justin Haggerty and Christopher Jackson. And that is the scoring for Mount View. And so you're down just 11 in Mount View. Both teams coming out and getting some shots up early here. Adjustments for the second half for both teams, Coach.
Well, I think Greater Beckley will start out back in their man-to-man and they'll put more ball pressure on Mount View than they did in the second quarter. For Mount View, they don't want to make any adjustment. They want to keep the adjustments that they made from the first to the second quarter and keep doing that. And that was they changed into that 2-3 zone. They'll have to mix it up because Greater Beckley will figure out a way to attack that and score, and they need to mix it up from their 2-3 to their man-to-man back to their 2-3 and try to keep Greater Beckley off balance offensively.
We'll see if the upset-minded Golden Knights of Mount View High School can come back against the best team in the state of West Virginia in Class Single A, Greater Beckley Christian at the half, 36-25. We'll take one final break before the half ends. We'll come back with second half action here on Video Productions.
Your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive, just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
I'm Bill Wooten. I'm running for our Supreme Court. I said our court, not those with money and power. Our court.
Labor and business, Democrats and Republicans, they're all
running for Lincoln.
If I didn't think I was the most qualified to serve, I wouldn't run.
This one's easy.
Running for Lincoln.
I'm Bill Wooten, and I promise to serve you with honor.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. stores. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Back inside the Ned E. Schott Gymnasium on the campus of Bluefield State University. Video Productions live streaming coverage of Region 3 Section 2 Championship action in Class Single A in the state of West Virginia. Andrew Miller, joined by my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin, and an alumnus of this great school down here in the southern part of the state.
I keep looking for that plaque about the all-time scoring leader. It must not have happened.
They must be cleaning it, taking it down for cleaning purposes. Number 3 seed Mount View was down by 19 after the first quarter was over, and they've cut the deficit down to 11. But they turn it over to start this second half against the Crusaders. The winner will host Webster County in the regional co-final. The loser will travel to Charleston Catholic with an opportunity to get to the state championship down in Charleston, West Virginia. They'll feed the big man Hairston inside, and immediately Zach McCoy reaching in on the foul.
First team foul in the second half.
Yeah, Hairston needs to get maybe he found that free throw stroke in the dressing room at halftime. Maybe he left it in his bag and he pulled it out. And let's see, because he's usually a good free throw shooter. And what'd you have him the first half? Like one for four
in that first half.
Okay. Are we going to the monitor? Oh, none of those in high school. What are we doing here?
I'm not sure what they're doing at the moment.
It looks like we have
we got some condensation on the floor, and that's never a good thing. Officials looking up at the ceiling.
Well, it hasn't been raining threes in here. So.
And they're cleaning it up out there just a few feet behind the three-point line. So, tell you what, interesting story about this. I come from Roane County. I broadcast Roane County sports. We had a game earlier this year at the Castle at Roane County High School. And, in fact, in all schools in Roane County, they resurfaced all of the ceilings outside. The roofs, thank you. Mm-hmm. And after finishing the roof in the middle of the game, it was raining really hard. All of a sudden, water started dripping down onto the floor. And there was question of whether the game would end or not because the water continued to drip. And an assistant coach had to run out back and forth every break and clean up the water, and we kept playing the ball game.
I hope he was a young assistant.
He was definitely spry.
The only reason I pulled that roof out was Michael Jordan, the roof is the ceiling. I know you saw that speech. Or no, the ceiling is the roof.
Yes. Hairston hits one of two, and it's a 12-point Greater Beckley advantage. See if Mountain View can continue that motivated finish.
And Greater Beckley has picked up on the ball pressure.
And they've gone out of that 2-3 zone, trying to take away from those those driving lanes and just go one-on-one, man-to-man. Here's an attack, good help defense, you're right. We got a whistle. And before a shot even goes up, I think head coach Gary Brown for Mountain View sees something that he is not very impressed with. He does not like. And so he's going to burn a quick timeout to tell his group, hey, this is not what we want.
And I'll tell you, many, many years ago, Gary Brown was the head women's coach right here at Bluefield State College. I don't know if it's when I was playing or a little bit after, but I do remember him being the head women's coach here.
So he's working on his very young Mountain View team. And again, they had to upset the number 2 seed, Greenbrier West. Greenbrier West came into that game 18-4 on the season. The Golden Knights just 10-12 on the year. And they defeated Greenbrier West to get to this point.
Mm-hmm. And I like to call it like it is, Andrew. That 18-4 was not against the who's who of high school basketball in West Virginia. I mean, you got to call it like it is. If you play a tough schedule, like Greater Beckley's played AAA schools, University, Woodrow Wilson, those things help you at the end of the season.
Bailey, a no-look dish. Fultner was not ready for it. I like the attack, though, of the sophomore point guard, Tony Bailey. He got to the rim right before that play. Just couldn't get the shot to fall. And again, we've spoken about that numerous times. If you're going to upset a team, you've got to make the shots. And you got to make all of them.
Yes, you do.
Not all of them, but you have to make a lot. He'll feed the big man Harrison.
Nice
The no-look
pass.
dish. Jordan, the pump fake, and the bucket is good.
Interior passing, a very difficult skill to learn. You got to find the open area, then you get excited, but you can't zip it to them. They're 3 feet from you. Great pass by Hairston.
Lead out to 14. Bailey in the lane. Cannot get the fall again. Transition opportunity. Smallwood.
Good hustle by Bailey.
Great recovery, and he'll steal the basketball.
Bailey.
Needs some help, though, and a smart play as he just feeds it off the leg of Sean Hoskins, keeping the possession.
Back into the game for the Golden Knights, number 40, T.J. Bell.
Back into the ball game, the sophomore, Thomas Bell. Goes by TJ, 6'2", sophomore. Again, Mountain View starts 4 sophomores and just 1 senior. Into the front court, Justin Haggerty, one of those 4 sophomores. McCoy at the foul line, and Mountain View back out top. The defensive pressure building up. Here's Bell losing it off of his leg on the dribble. Outlet to pass, and Smallwood straight to the bucket.
Greater Beckley turning defense into offense. That's one of their specialties. And here it goes again. Nope.
It almost
Good job
was.
by Rottenberry to pick that up and realize he was in a little trouble there.
It can be a domino effect. You lose the ball a couple of times on turnovers. You start to work quickly. Here's a nice pass inside. Bell thought about hurrying the shot. Cannot get it to fall. Now in transition, the ball stolen back for Mountain View. They've got to run out. Bell to the basket again, missing another one. And on the rebound, it's knocked out of bounds by Smallwood. So Mountain View missing some cherries here. And they trail by 16. And Mountain View yet to put up a bucket here in the first nearly 4 minutes of the second half. A 6-0 run for Greater Beckley Christian.
Okay, Mountain View needs to get that floor spread for Bailey.
Into the corner, Rottenberry. Good defense. He'll step back on Hairston. He'll step back and airball the 3. Hairston calling for it in the front court. Instead, Jordan works it over on the left wing. Now right side. Here's another 3 for Edwards. In and out. Smallwood cleaning it up, the basket and the foul.
Caden Smallwood came all the way from behind the three-point line in the right corner. Great effort, great hustle to get that. There he comes out of the right corner. Went up, elevated over everybody, regrouped, able to draw the contact and kiss it off the glass.
Basically just out-leaping Justin Haggerty, who ended up with the foul. Smallwood with 8 and a chance for a 3-point play, but the shot no good. And that is something that Greater Beckley did not do well in the first half, was shoot free throws.
Well, there's your 4-minute mark, and Greater Beckley's up 18 right now. So they have expressed their dominance and going up 20 right now. Oh,
Jackson
Harrison
attacked
missed
the rim, missed, and I thought that was a give me.
I'd already called it good.
Hairston had just rolled off the rim. Now Bailey attacking. Tony Bailey.
With some quickness.
And that is the first points of the second half. Here's a 3 on the baseline, in and out, Smallwood. And look at Smallwood's reaction. He just shook his head and threw his hands up in the air. Here's a 3-point attempt by Haggerty. That's off the mark. Haggerty trying to attack that loose ball. And we'll wait for the call. Looks like it'll be last touched by the Crusaders. Inbounds for Haggerty. Lobs it out top, so nearly 4.5 minutes Mountain View went to start the second half without a bucket. Now here's Bailey attacking, but I think he may be whistled for an extra step.
Little traveling violation. Good on the first hop, but then that second one created a travel right there. That nice little second.
That step through got that back foot off the pivot. 16-point lead. Another 3 put up. That's off the mark. That seemed a little bit early in the offensive set. But again, I say that, and Sean Hoskins already has 2 threes in the ball game. Here's Justice at the foul line. They'll work it into the corner. McCoy, one of the few seniors on this Mountain View team. Justice wanted to attack Hairston. Look at the hands of the big man. Gets the pass out to Hoskins. Back to Hairston. Jordan, a wrap pass inside, and a nice put by Hoskins.
Great pass, and Hoskins, not easy to do. Catch the ball going full speed, regroup, put up the little left hand mini jump hook.
And the lead is out to 18. Nearing the largest of the night. Here's Jackson attacking the rim.
I'll tell you what, these Mountain View guards, Andrew, they got some quickness. Bailey's quick, Jackson's quick. Watch this move here. A little shot. Look at the quickness getting to the basket. You know, when they get a little older and sophomores become juniors and they grow 3 or 4 inches and get in the weight room, those are finishes. There's good things ahead for Mountain View.
Jackson has been solid at the line. He is 4 of 5.
Now, I'm going to date myself here, but before Mountain View, that was the North Fork Blue Demons.
And
8 straight state championships from 74 to 82. They were a machine.
A record 8 straight state titles for the North Fork Blue Demons before that school closed down. And that's a record that still stands. The 3 missed by Jordan, but the cleanup by Isaiah Hairston. And he continues to add to his total. He's got 16 now in the ball game. The lead back to 18 for Greater Beckley. Another attack by Bailey and another nice shot.
Bailey going in amongst the Giants. So what you got? Bailey's a sophomore.
Bailey contorting his body on this play.
I mean, the little hesitation, going on the left side, hanging in the air, little smooch off the glass with the right hand. I'm just saying Bailey's a sophomore, Jackson's a sophomore. Do I think they're going to beat the number 1 ranked in the power index, Greater Beckley? No, I don't tonight. Do I think Mount View's going to be a good team here in a year or 2? Yes, I do.
They have no juniors on this roster, just 3 seniors in McCoy, Justice, and Fultoner. The rest are sophomores and freshmen for Coach Gary Brown. Hanging around here with Greater Beckley Christian, Mount View. They trail by 16, though. Harrison attacking, has it stripped, picks it back up in the lane. They'll work it over. The shot put up, no good by Drumheller. And the rebound cleared by the Golden Knights. Bailey wanting to attack again. Straight to the hoop. Floats in midair on the right baseline. Wow.
And look at his hustle here. Oh, good pass.
Into the front court quickly. Muscling it up was Hoskins. We got a jump ball. It'll stay with the Crusaders, but what a move here and what a play by Bailey.
Bailey putting on a little highlight show. Another finish, this time from the right side of the basket.
Bailey's got 10 now for Mount View. Inbounds into that corner to Elijah Edwards.
Oh, great pass.
Drumheller, the baby hook, no good. Hoskins on the backside with the rebound, but he has it stolen away by Jackson. And here come the Golden Knights with a chance to cut it back down to 12.
He needs to attack right now. He's in the groove. Clear the middle of that floor. Get out of his way. Yeah, that was Mount View's fault. And they need to stay behind that three-point line. And I think that's what Coach Brown's telling them right now.
Well, he's very frustrated.
Oh, yeah, he's scoring. Don't clog up the middle. I mean, you're not going to post up and score anyway. Get out there.
After going down by 18 points and not scoring in the first 4.5 minutes, Mount View has cut it back down to 14 with just 15 seconds left in the quarter.
And a little exciting for Mount View, but Greater Beckley's dominated and, you know, been going inside. There's Drumheller. Oh,
my goodness!
Thaddeus Jordan.
An emphatic slam by Thaddeus Jordan on the putback of the missed 3 by Drumheller. And wait till you see the hops.
Yeah, Thad Jordan times it perfectly. Outside the 3, there it goes. Boom, slam it home, young fella.
The rim rocker finish to the third quarter, and it'll be a 16-point lead for the Crusaders of Greater Beckley Christian. 49-33. Fourth quarter action to come. You're watching Region 3, Section 2 championship action on Video Productions.
At the end.
Bill Wooten facts.
Bill Wooten is the only candidate who fought the bad guys
and helped the good guys.
Bill Wooten is the only retired colonel.
Only Bill Wooten is supported by labor and business.
Democrats and Republicans. The best hugger. And the best granddad.
Only one more thing to say. If you honor me with your vote, I'll serve you with honor.
That's a wrap.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be.
With the ball to begin the fourth quarter.
Back we go from the Nettie Schott Gymnasium here at Bluefield State College. The fourth quarter coming here. Number 1, Greater Beckley Christian. Number 3, seeded Mount View. The Golden Knights did not score in that third quarter for the first 4.5 minutes, but they cut the deficit from Greater Beckley down to 14. But the play at the end of the third quarter, Coach Bob Bolin, was a emphatic one for Thaddeus Jordan and the Crusaders.
I guarantee that'll be the play of the day for high school basketball. Oh, we're the only game going on tonight, but that is the play of the day. Thad Jordan, if there were 25 games going on tonight, hung in the air, nice slam, and then Caden Smallwood starts off the fourth quarter with great defensive pressure.
Causing a turnover on the Golden Knights. They'll feed it into Hairston. Looking opposite, now Smallwood for 3. That one missing short, and the rebound controlled by Rottenberry. So Mountain View, Bailey, boy, he has been confident he'll get to the basket again. And I think that's something, Coach, they just need to be doing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get a whistle, and I think Smallwood's going to be whistled for the charge.
Yeah, it's such a misconception as we look at Bailey on the other end getting to the basket. It's a misconception. Everybody thinks the defender has to be set. They don't have to be set to take a charge. The defender, if they're moving backwards, they just can't slide in on the offensive play.
Bailey dribbles it off his foot, but I think that is going to be the MO for Mountain View. Get it into the hands of Tony Bailey. Let him drive and try to create, and maybe he can find a shooter.
Yeah.
Christopher Jackson, he'll pull up from the left wing. Jackson buries it, and it's back down to 11.
Mountain View again in that extended 2-3 zone.
You hear Coach Gary Brown screaming for some intensity. He's saying, D up. Here's a big 3 by Hoskins on the left side. Off the mark again. Rottenberry's been good inside on the defensive glass. A chance to cut it down to single digits again for Mountain View. And this is the guy you want to have it in his hands. Bailey attacking. Pump fake. Shot is up. Short off the mark. And the ball last touched by the black and gold.
Yeah, this possession, if Greater Beckley doesn't get anything good, they either need Edwards or Smallwood. They need to give them a look at a good 3. Both of those guys are great shooters. They need to go ahead and pull the trigger.
Mountain View, the 3 seed.
And Smallwood's wide open over here on the right. I'd let him fire it. Looks like Greater Beckley's going to slow down the tempo and make Mountain View come out and play man-to-man. But, yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Now here goes Mountain View. It's about time that they match up and go man, or Greater Beckley will hold this for a long time.
They've got Jackson keying on the basketball. The rest of the team in that zone. And really, Greater Beckley, as you said, Coach, just working the perimeter.
Yeah, Mountain View's going to have to go man-to-man, or Greater Beckley will just keep the ball the rest of the game.
And this is some chess action, some chess match. Say, we are going to force you out of the zone.
Oh, yeah.
Smallwood, pump fake. Thought he might pull the trigger on a 3, but back out top it goes.
Yeah.
And when will Coach Gary Brown make the decision to change?
Should have been 20 seconds ago. Here they go. They're talking and pointing.
It was a 19-point lead for Greater Beckley after one. Mount View has fought back since then, but they have only cut it to single digits one time. And that was late in the second quarter. Here's an attack to the rim. The shot off the mark for Edwards. And the rebound comes down to McCoy. Here comes Bailey. Picks up the dribble out top to Jackson. Another chance for the Golden Knights to cut it to single digits. Here's a three for Justice on the left wing. High off the glass, the rebound skied for. And Smallwood showing that athleticism, Coach. He got a big rebound a couple of minutes ago.
Yes, he did. He used to be just a standstill shooter. Not anymore. He's got that muscle on him. He can go in there with the big guy, shoots a three, and can get to the rack. Multi-dimensional player.
Under 4 minutes remaining in this sectional championship game. Again, both of these teams will advance to the regional co-finals.
Oh.
Here's Hairston. And Hairston's going to be whistled for a travel. Heady play because that was a major mismatch. Bailey 5'7" on Hairston 6'4". Bailey was going to try to take that charge, but Hairston gave him the travel before that. Bailey, he's been the catalyst here in the second half comeback. Justice with it on the right side. 3:15 remaining. McCoy in the corner to Roddenberry. Roddenberry will attack the rim. The throw up, and it's no good. Boy, that almost dropped. But another foul whistled on Greater Beckley Christian. That's going to be number 4 against Sean Hoskins.
Sean Hoskins, personal foul number 4. Team foul number 3.
And this time, as you see on the Little General's instant replay, it was not Bailey, but Roddenberry who attacked.
Yeah, wasn't very much contact on the play at all. I didn't think it really warranted a foul call.
Roddenberry has struggled from the line. He's 0 for 3. Again, the Golden Knights did not shoot free throws well in the first quarter, but did a great job in the second, finishing 9 for 15. But they need everything they can get, and that's the first make at the line for Roddenberry, and the lead for Greater Beckley Christian has been cut down to 10, and now we've got
had a little skirmish at half court and a technical foul being called. It looks like on Sean Hoskins. I didn't see what happened here. It's timeout called, and our camera, we did not have the camera angle on it. But
yeah, I'm not sure what went on there, but some jawing at least. And you saw Hoskins going off the floor, obviously upset, straight into the arms of an assistant coach, trying to calm Hoskins down.
Yeah, and it was outside of our camera area.
But a technical foul has been whistled.
The technical foul was on number 2, Sean Hoskins,
and that counts as a foul, as a personal foul, Coach. So Sean Hoskins has just fouled out of the ball game with a technical foul. And that is a major point of the ball game with 3:08 left. The senior starting guard, Sean Hoskins, picking up a technical foul. That'll give Zach McCoy 2 free throws. McCoy, the senior, led the team in the first half with 9, and he is still perfect from the line, 5 for 5.
And that's the first time the lead's been in single digits since the first quarter, since early in the first quarter.
McCoy is perfect from the line, and he's got 11 points in the ball game to lead Mount View, and the lead has been trimmed down to 8, and it is the ball of the Mount View Golden Knights.
Difference than college. In college, it would go back to the point of interruption, and Greater Beckley would have the ball. In high school, when you get a technical, it's also a turnover.
This game closer than I think most people would have thought. Justice over to Rottenberry. He'll attack into the lane. Against contact, no call. Hairston with the rebound. Big play by the big man. He jumped straight up in the air, and again, he's got just as much right inside there if you go straight up. Here's Smallwood attacking.
Great pass by Harrison. Smallwood with a nice cut. Lead back to 10.
And that is the 10th point of the night for Caden Smallwood. We've got a 10-point ball game. Mountview, well, you got to give these guys all the credit in the world for hanging tough after going down 25-6 to start the game. Here's Bailey in the lane. The shot is up and good, and Bailey will go to the line.
Bailey has been getting into the center of the paint and having his way once he gets in there. Bailey just got on a roll. He's handling the ball. He's using his quickness, able to get in there, and an opportunity for an and one.
He's got 14. He can cut it to 7. Free throw rattles home, and this is as close as the Golden Knights have been since early in the first quarter. 2:10 left. Here comes Edwards attacking. Now he'll slow. Nearing the 2-minute mark. I cannot imagine many people in the state of West Virginia thought Mountview would be this close this late. Edwards on the left wing. Here's Smallwood attacking. Down the lane, some body contact, no call. The rebound, the shot put up by Mueller, no good. Drumheller. It can be down to 5 or 4. Here's Bailey attacking, dishing. McCoy in the corner had trouble holding on to it. Out to Jackson. Jackson has a 3 in this ball game. Justice drives and dishes. Jackson, step back, 18-footer, short off the rim. Justice with the rebound. McCoy into the lane. The layup is airball short, but a whistle. And I believe that's going to be another foul called on the Crusaders.
Foul on 42, Beckley Christian.
Drumheller with the foul. You see the attack of McCoy there on the Little Generals instant replay. And I thought McCoy just airballed that layup, but it may have been Drumheller getting a piece of the elbow.
Yeah, I think that was what's called a result-oriented foul. And I think the referee was going to let it go because it was minor contact, but then when he deemed that it caused Roddenberry to miss the shot, he blew the whistle.
Bailey is 8 for 8 at the line. Perfect from the stripe. It's a 5-point ball game. Here comes Edwards attacking. Euro step, left side lane layup.
Edwards and Greater Beckley finally cleared the middle out for Edwards, and Edwards did his thing. Great job.
Justice for 3.
Boo, that was a big one.
And Hairston tracks down the rebound with 1 minute left. Hairston runs it into the front court, and Coach Brian Helton burns a timeout.
Oh, that was a big 3 there, and Skylar Justice released it. It looked good and just clipped the front of the rim.
53-46, stick around. This one's a good one. 54 seconds left. Be back after this 60-second break.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
When it comes to getting a new set of wheels, everybody knows the Midstate name. Midstate Ford, Arbuckle Road in Summersville, and Midstate Chevrolet, I-79, exit 67 in Flatwoods. West Virginia's #1 choice for brand new Chevys and brand new Fords, and proud supporters of West Virginia sports. So when it's time to trade, check out MidstateFordWV.com or MidstateChevy.com for the guaranteed lowest price on a brand new Ford or Chevy from the stock of deeds. Sell 'em cheap boys at Midstate.
54 seconds remaining in this Region 3 Section 2 championship game. Greater Beckley Christian, the #1 seed, getting all they want and then some from the 3-seed upset-minded Golden Knights of Mountview, who were down by 19 at one point.
Now, that's coming out of a timeout, and Tony Bailey had to look over at Coach Gary Brown, and you can't do that hugging. I mean, they're not going to call that intentional that time. You got to smack the arm, and you smack it hard. And, you know, they still have 2 fouls to give. They can really gamble and not taking advantage of it. They could face guard, hold, do.
And they're going to get a whistle on
that's what he wanted.
Ball, Jackson.
Yeah. And right here, you use that foul by face guarding, holding, doing everything, trying to get the steal, because refs usually don't call a foul on the inbounds, and they're letting Raider Beckley get it. That's a huge – now there they go. There's the nail. Still let him get it.
Get it to Drumheller. They were going to try to trap him for a second.
And Brian Helton calls a timeout. Calls a full timeout.
We'll take it with them. 41 seconds left in this one. A 7-point lead for Greater Beckley.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
I'm Bill Woot. I'm running for our Supreme Court. I said our court, not those with money and power, our court.
Labor and business, Democrats and Republicans, they're all
Rooting for Wheaton!
If I didn't think I was the most qualified to serve, I wouldn't run.
This one's easy.
Rooting for Wheaton!
I'm Bill Wooten, and I promise to serve you with honor.
Rooting for Wheaton!
We have a lot of good soccer players that step up when we need them to and play certain positions, even if that's where they don't think they need to play. When you put all our roles together, we can be successful. My reason why is passion.
.4 seconds remaining, just 5 team fouls for Mountview.
Now there was the deny, and it was a good deny place, and there was your reach. Now that's what it's supposed to look like.
Bailey picks up just his second foul, and again, that's still just number 6. So,
now they get in position quickly. Who's got Hairston? You got to find. Oh, no, it wasn't a good possession there.
And Bailey looking over at his coach, and he will give the reach. That'll be his 3rd foul with 34 seconds left in this one. And now Elijah Edwards will go to the line. And this is something that has been quite an issue for Greater Beckley. They were 2 for 9 in the first half. They have hit just 3 free throws out of 13 so
guess
far.
What? Double E, Elijah Edwards at the line. Go ahead and put these down. You go ahead and color them in. Elijah Edwards, good shooting. Now, what these young kids from Mountview need to learn next year, and I'm sure Gary Brown's done that at practice. You do that at practice. You say, okay, we have fouls to give. This is how we're playing. And you do that. But Elijah Edwards, usually money in the bank for Greater Beckley.
Front end of the 1-1. That one rattles home. Now 4 of 14.
Yeah. So if a team is 3 for 13 and I predict both of them's in there, you might have to buy me a Coke after this one.
Second one for the lefty. That one's off the mark. 1 of 2.
I owe you a Coke on that.
8-point ball game.
There he is. Bailey needs to take it himself. Good kick out.
Over to Haggerty. Now McCoy. You don't have a lot of time. Justice, baseline jumper. That's got to drop. It does not. Hairston on the rebound. Steps on the end line. And that gives Mountview a little breath.
Yeah, great hustle by Skylar Justice there. Getting the loose ball. Got to get this in quick to Bailey, and Bailey goes straight to the basket. There's a 3. Good out of bounds play.
Here's Haggerty. He'll fire the 3. That's air ball. Justice attacks the rebound, tries to knock it off of a defender, but instead Edwards has it in his hands. An immediate foul with 13 seconds remaining. Justice with the foul. And again, it will still be a 1-and-1 situation. But the time is certainly not on Mountain View's side at this point.
Yep. And I tell you, Andrew, both of these teams can take something from this game. Mountain View can take into the regional co-final next week that they played with one of the top teams in the state and you know, played them down to the wire. What Greater Beckley can use this next few days, Brian Helton will say, we play like that, you know, we're not going anywhere. so they got to get better. So both of these teams will be better for tonight's contest. Greater Beckley is going to get what they came here for, and that's a home co-regional. And Mount View is going to leave here with a lot of confidence. And I think they played a great game. These young fellas, can't get down on each other now. You got to get together and say, hey, they're a little upset with each other right now, but you can't do that.
I tell you what, if you are Mount View, the Golden Knights, you're going to take a whole lot of good out of a loss. It is a loss, but again, the season will continue. If you're Greater Beckley, it's great chalk talk for the coach.
yes.
He can say, hey, you cannot underestimate anybody at this point in the season, or else your season will end.
And Greater Beckley has what they want, a home co-regional game, and that's exactly what they came here for.
And a rematch against Webster County from last year. 56-46 is your final score here from Bluefield State College. We'll take a break for our sponsors, recap the ball game, have your stats, and we'll wrap things up here from the Ned E. Schott Gymnasium after these messages. Okay, so
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks. Just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
State your name, sir.
I'm Bill Wooten, and I'm running for Supreme Court.
Are you a married man?
47 years?
And 30 years in the National Guard.
Does she call you Colonel?
No.
So, Colonel, am I your favorite grandchild?
Objection!
Sustained. Vote Bill Wooten Justice. This one's easy.
Hey, Granddad, I'm really the favorite, right?
I could use your vote.
My car was totaled and I had just had it 8 months.
Every case is different and every case is important.
I just felt comfortable knowing they were taking care of stuff.
Our most important job is to take care of everything so you can focus on recovery.
They made me feel like I was special, like they were working just one-on-one with me.
Carol's case mattered. We like to take care of our own.
I did matter to them.
Call Farmer Klein and Cam because around here,
you matter.
Call 346-5990.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
Back inside the Ned E. Schott Gymnasium at Bluefield State College, their final score in Region 3, Section 2, Class Single A championship action. You see the score, Greater Beckley Christian, the number 1 seed, defeats the number 3 seeded Golden Knights from Mount View High School by a final of 56-46. These two teams played twice in the regular season. Greater Beckley with a 17 and 27-point victory against the Golden Knights, but a Golden Knight team that went down, Coach, by 19 points after the first quarter. It was 25-6 after one, and the Golden Knights just continued to battle and fight and chip away. 2 separate times they cut it to single digits, got it all the way down to 5 points late in this ball game, but the time ran out, and the Mountain View Golden Knights could not hit a couple of shots down the stretch. Greater Beckley Christian basically just hanging on to the end of this one and doing what they needed to do to get to where they wanted to be here, which is hosting Webster County for a regional co-final and an opportunity at the state tournament.
Yeah, just to sum it up, Greater Beckley had an inside game and an outside game. Had great play inside and out. Mountain View had the outside game, did not have the inside game, and that was the difference in the game. Tony Bailey and Zach McCoy were sensational, but at the end of the day, the balance of Greater Beckley, the strength of Greater Beckley led them to the sectional championship, and Greater Beckley has a little revenge game coming up against Webster County that knocked them out last year. Now, Greater Beckley's already had a huge win over them earlier this season by, I'm pretty sure it was over 40. So Greater Beckley, the big favorite to win and make another trip to the state tournament. Mountain View will be an underdog against Charleston Catholic, but they'll leave here with a lot of confidence.
And that just sums it up. The two teams, you'll have some bulletin board material for Coach Brian Helton with Greater Beckley saying, listen, if you are less than 100% effort, this may be an end to the season earlier than you would like. And for Mountain View, again, hey, you got nothing to lose. You're going in as the 3 seed in the section, and you're going to go to Charleston Catholic, and you're going to try to knock off one of the top teams in the state in Class Single A. Taking a look at your individual scoring tonight for Greater Beckley Christian, they were led by the big man, Isaiah Hairston, who finishes with 16 points, but he had 13 at the half, so he just scored 3 points in that second half. Elijah Edwards with 13 points on the afternoon. He had a couple of 3-point attempts. Caden Smallwood hit for 10 points in this one. He had 6 in the second half, all from 2. Sean Hoskins, who fouled out late with a technical foul, ended the night with 8 points to help his team's cause. Krunick chipping in 2, and Drumheller with a free throw. Free throws were a problem for Greater Beckley Christian. They were 2 for 9 at the end of the first half. They did not improve much. They finished just 6 of 16 from the charity stripe. For Mount View, they were led by the sensational sophomore point guard Tony Bailey, who finishes the night with 15 points. He had 11 in the second half, and he was spectacular. Zach McCoy, the senior, one of just 3 on this roster for head coach Gary Brown, finishes with 13 points. He had 9 at the half, but he was 8 for 8, perfect from the free throw line in this game. Christopher Jackson finishes up with 8 points, another one of those sensational sophomores, as he was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. 4 points for Liam Fultner, the senior 6'6" big man. Justin Haggerty had 3, and Brendan Rottenberry chips in 1 at the free throw line. 17 of 26 for Mount View at the charity stripe. So both teams advance to Thursday next week, and it will be Greater Beckley hosting Webster County. Mount View heading to Charleston Catholic. Coach Bob Bolin, your final thoughts here tonight?
Final thoughts. I'd like to see that dunk one more time from our great video crew. Can you wire that up for me?
Here it is.
There it is. And slow there's Thad Jordan hanging. Boom! Thad Jordan with the dunk. Both these teams play again. Greater Beckley will be a big favorite. It's time to call it a night.
Somebody send that to ESPN for a top 10 plays of the week. We're so glad you guys could join us here from the NetEase Shot Gymnasium on the campus of Bluefield State University. You've been watching live streaming coverage of Region 3 Section 2 championship action from Video Productions. For our entire broadcast crew, Robbie Mounts, our producer, Garrett Lester, our cameraman, my color commentator, 2-time NAA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. I'm Andrew Miller. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.